Welcome to another episode of Ruff Talk VR, a weekly podcast with in-depth game reviews, exclusive developer interviews, and the latest MetaQuest and virtual reality news. We join our hosts, the father-son team of D. Scruffles and Stratus today, as they spend another episode breaking down and discussing the world of virtual reality.
Hey, welcome to this episode of Ruff Talk VR, coming at you with the ever rare but still just as fun remote episode. You know, we got you with your patent, always fun tapestry behind you.
Hippy dippy trippy tapestry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a highlight of the remote episodes. You were saying off air it's the same one as last time, but it's still fun. Look at that dude; it goes endless circles and circles.
I got a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, technically, probably 5, 6.
It's a good mix up.
More, yeah.
If one of us ever gets the flu for 2 weeks or something, at least you have some variety to keep it mixed up.
This would have been awesome in lockdown, man.
Yeah, record multiple episodes and
change the tapestry.
Yeah, everyone, change your t-shirt,
It's a new
mess
day.
with your hair a little. That's funny.
There's shows that do that.
Mm-hmm. Can't really blame them.
Record 3 or 4 a day.
But, this is a special episode because, not only is it remote, which is kind of a downside. That part's not too special, but it is the last VR news episode before our 2025 Ruff Talk VR Gaming Showcase, premiering this Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, live on our YouTube channel. So stay tuned for that, man. We have some fun trailers coming. I'm not going to say that we have GTA San Andreas or nothing like that,
We don't.
But no, we don't have the next Elder Scrolls game, nothing like that. But we do have some fun ones, especially there's been Wanna Dev, the developer of Ragnarok. They've been teasing some stuff on social media if you follow them online there. So I'm just saying, we have over 20 trailers. We're gonna do a little pre-show as well too. So the main show is gonna be nothing but never before seen trailers with new announcements, updates on games. It's going to be a good time. But we're also doing a 20, 25-minute pre-show before the show starts. It's not like the first 25 minutes of the show is the pre-show. The pre-show is before 1 p.m. And that's going to have some previously seen trailers just to promote the VR industry, as much as we absolutely can.
No, dude. I mean, to me, it's gearing up to be, I'll just say I'll see everyone there.
How cool has it been? Once again,
be in the chat,
Oh, yeah. Hopefully we see a lot of other developers in there in the chat as well, too. But how cool has it been to co-watch it online together again, just like last year?
Yeah. No, I mean, I'll have more to say when it's over.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to slip up, say anything that I shouldn't. I would say if I were a developer and had my project in there, I would probably want to make sure I was showing up from a marketing standpoint. But, hey, we're doing our part and hopefully others do theirs and everything comes together and it's a home run.
Just to put some perspective on it too, we've been having version numbers on these every time we watch it. We started this week on version 0.6. We ended it yesterday on version 0.9, which was obviously it should be better each one, but it was cool to see the improvements in each version that we watched.
Oh, I got most definitely.
I got a 0.95 waiting for us for tomorrow as well too. So we're almost on version 1.0, which is what's going to go on YouTube. I'm excited. But this isn't the showcase wrap up or anything. That's going to be next week. Like I said, this Friday, April 4th, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, the 2025 Ruff Talk VR Gaming Showcase, which did even get a mention on Upload VR today. That was really cool.
Yeah, I was happy to see that. I was shocked. Mm-hmm. I was like, all right, that's cool.
We're big time now. Look, we made it.
We're not on Wikipedia.
That's a good point.
That's the make it or break it right there.
That's the next milestone when we got Wikipedia for the podcast.
Wikipedia. Yeah, man, of course. Well, we have the IMBD or whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
So we
that's true.
Actually in there, yeah.
What was that from that got us in there a lot?
From not getting a award.
Oh, that's right. The podcast not winning awards.
For being a loser.
One time I was in a room with my old boss who has a Wikipedia page, and then one of the fighters from our gym who had a Wikipedia page, and then one of the owners of another one of our locations who happened to be in a band that got big. So he also had a Wikipedia page. And I was just standing there like, how the hell am I the only one in this room of 4 people, the only one that doesn't have a Wikipedia page?
Right?
This is crazy.
So
what are the chances of that?
When I can go on Wikipedia and be like, oh, snap, there we are. Then we'll talk about making it big. Until then,
we got to keep pumping out these showcases, man. That's going to be what gets us there, right? We'll be us and we have, I mean, dude, how cool is it that, 3 weeks apart we have our showcase, and 3 weeks earlier than we had the VR gaming showcase. Both stack shows. It's
every
cool.
time. Jamie did a great job. Jamie and Xena.
Mm-hmm. I saw somebody
the off-camera personality.
Yeah, they're genuinely good people. Somebody even commented on one of our posts promoting it, tagging him, saying, "Jamie, you got a rival." We were both just like, no rivalry here.
No, not at all.
Even linked the interview with him on here. That's funny.
It'd be good if there was, because then that would mean the space has reached that point.
Should we reach out and ask to WWF, WCW this?
Right.
Just start to crash stuff.
The Attitude Era.
Yeah, 100%. It'll elevate everyone.
That's funny.
I'm just kidding. All right,
we'll bring entertainment to VR.
All right. Well,
I got you, Friday. Brother. I got you.
This Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern time, whatever time that is in your home turf. Make sure to look it up, because daylight savings time, like we said, popping off everywhere. But on this week of news, there's not too much. We're remote. To be honest with you, it's pretty late. We're gonna try to not do our normal an hour 40 or nothing like that. We actually, the rumor is, have an in-person interview. So it's funny to do the news remote, and then we're going to be interviewing somebody in person. It's like the total opposite both ways of, usually our interviews are remote and our news is in person, but this week, I guess it's just opposite week. April Fool's is this week, so it's fitting. But, on to the actual news. RoboCop VR was the game that was announced a couple weeks ago, and there was a little caveat on the news of it, fresh to start, which was it was announced that it was going to come for the Quest and such, and then it was later clarified that it was actually just VR arcades it was coming to. And now it's come out that the game's not even happening at all. It was prematurely announced. The studio that announced it did not have the licensing signed for it. Why this game got announced, who knows? So it's gone from people thinking it was going to be on, consumer VR headsets to it just being a VR arcade title. And now it's not even going to exist at all because there was no licensing ever signed on it.
Yeah, that's a little weak.
What a crazy
that's just
story.
Weird.
Story.
I don't know. Maybe
it
was somebody with I don't know. I mean, well, hey, if it had worked, and then someone was like, "Oh, you know what? Why don't you run with that, kid?" If it's one of those happy ending, feel good stories. Other than that, it's just somebody who clearly, I don't know. What are you gonna say? You can't. The fuck. I'm not gonna make a Snow White game and just put it out and just start putting it out into the world. I didn't think you could.
It's been a thing in the UFC where they will pre-announce a fight before fighters have signed it, just to try to pressure them to actually sign it. Look now, man, the fans are looking forward to it. The difference is you got to be Dana White with the leverage of over the fighter in order to pull those cards. You can't just be some small studio trying to pull Dana White moves against, a RoboCop IP.
Yeah,
they got the power.
I mean, but hey, they fooled everybody for a little while, right?
I guess they got, not for nothing.
Maybe it was just a joke.
Hey, here's the master plan though, because now you know what I'm going to say. A RoboCop VR game on standalone VR and PSVR 2 and stuff and PC VR would be so badass.
Maybe it was a very bizarre form of guerrilla marketing.
Maybe there is
true consumer feedback of what people want.
Are you saying in 3 months it's going to come out that this studio is making RoboCop VR?
Or it's already been made, you know?
Yeah, and it's ready for Quest 3 and PSVR and PC VR, ready to go.
Boy. We can concoct some stories, huh?
Yeah. I mean, hey, you know what? If I wasn't scared of getting sued, I would totally have fun. This next 30 seconds is parody, something like that. Yeah, I won't even go there. But RoboCop VR, not happening. Fake news, not a thing.
You do have it on
False.
flat screen. It's got really good ratings.
Have you played it yet? You've been saying you've been wanting to.
Nah, dude, what sucks is it was just on sale. And I was like,
I thought you were going to say it was just on Game Pass.
No, well, then this answer would have been a little different, sir. No, I had bought like 2 other things, and then I was like, I'll get it next time. And it's just one of those things where I really want to try the newest flat screen one, but whatever. I will catch it next time. Oh, I think it was on sale on Steam too. I think. I'm not 100% though.
All right, I like your next one. Your next one's funny. You sent me this one, I think yesterday.
I was dying because it's like honestly, first of all, is anybody really shocked? That's what went through my head. It's like, I don't want to hear any negative shit. It's like, I embrace Pico. And, but anywho, China's, I liked how it was titled in Upload VR.
Upload VR nailed it.
Yep, China's Vivo, or Vivo. I'll say Vivo. What do you think? Vivo or Vivo?
I'm going to go with Vivo.
Vivo. I'm going to go with Vivo just because Vision runs better off it. But they released...
Yeah, it makes sense.
Last week, we got a little glimpse. No testing, no news touching, no creators can stick their faces in it. But we got to see the Vivo Vision, or Vivo Vision, which is like it's like a clone.
Upload VR called it blatant.
Yeah, blatant. Yeah, I didn't... I'm going by the picture, but yeah, I'll quote them. They said it was a blatant. I'll go with that. But yeah, it's an Apple Vision Pro. So I had my initial like wicked hard laugh. I'm like, holy shit, this thing is an Apple Vision Pro, right? And I'm like, are they going to stick all the Apple Vision Pro technology in there? Because it's not like they can't get it. And then
$1,000,000%.
And then they save like huge bank on the whole transportation and all whatever they got to do. How much are they going to sell this thing for?
If it says under $2,000, it's going to outsell the fuck out of the Vision Pro.
I delusionally was like $1,200.
Imagine if they dropped for like $800.
Dude, $1,299.
It would probably outsell.
And you know what Apple's? Well,
I don't know about total money because it would be 3-to-1 that they're. But like on units sold, they would outsell the Vision Pro.
Dude, it's even got the pocket and everything. It's just great.
It even looks like it might be sleeker. According to Upload VR, it said it might even be lighter.
I actually thought it looked a little sharper, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I might just be putting too much stock into the comedic value of the whole thing. But the worst part is, it's got really, what's Apple going to do about it? Nothing.
No.
There's nothing you can do about it. But at the same time, I would make the argument, for a while, Pico was running a pretty solid little brotherish to the
I agree with you.
Quest headset.
Curious how much this is going to cost.
Yeah. I mean, because let's be honest, if they come out with a good price.
Dude, well, I mean, when we hear this knockoff where it's coming out of, they don't do these knockoffs and sell them for the same price, Drop it for a third of the cost. You wish app it.
You're going to start see. Yeah, I was going to say it's going to start showing up in your Timo app
for like 99.
I can get it for free.
If I spin this roulette, I might get one.
Well, dude, I mean, let's be honest though. What you want to cripple someone else's market if you can afford to do it? And again, I'll reference the first word in the article. They can do it.
Mm-hmm.
They can just have fun.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny, but it's kind of like scary at the same time, I guess.
Oh, I mean, like we're laughing about it, but I mean, when we actually hear costs and stuff like that, we might be going, this is a legit headset on the market.
Yeah.
We'll see
what happens.
But the headline made me laugh. The initial, like you said, the initial laugh of like, is anyone surprised?
Yeah. Is
like
anybody really surprised?
If anything, I'm surprised it took this long, you know?
Yeah. 100%.
So that was funny. I love that one.
Yeah. That was just like a little comedic.
I also love that it was your first one you grabbed, because we had to pick the news remotely. Oh,
Nope.
There's your patent and what's it called? What's it called again? The cuckoo clock?
No, if it was a cuckoo clock, it would be going cuckoo, cuckoo 10 times too.
Yeah. How often does it do it?
Every hour.
Every hour. So now if we hear that again during this recording, we know we've gone too long.
So that was my comedic thing. Now on to your...
That was a good one. That was a good one to start.
Yeah.
No, this one's awesome, brata. Underdogs is now out on PSVR 2. Such a good game, man. For the PSVR 2 audience, that's going to be a great one that they get to check out.
I'm going to be real curious in like 45, 60 days. I want to see like what the feedback is, because I'm assuming it's running solid.
Dude, we've always had a great time with it on the Quest.
I'd like to think that, as if there's not enough reasons already to get can't believe I'm like hyping up PlayStation VR 2, but more and more things are happening that way, which is good. And this I trust the studio, and it's a great game, so they're about to have some serious fun, dude.
That's going to be a big one for PlayStation VR 2. And interestingly enough, it's published by publisher Perp Games. So huge props to them for helping to bring this one to the PlayStation VR 2 audience. Dude, it looks so tight on the Quest 3. Like,
theoretically, PSVR 2 can look a little better, right? In certain areas of like lighting and stuff like that, or darkness.
A game like this, I definitely don't think I want to wire, personally, if I could pick. Just because of the amount, I go ham in Underdogs, dude.
If you don't,
this is me. I swing myself back with one hand, back and forth. I like do the gorilla movement. My other hand is just launching forward. Too fun. Brata.
Yeah, and that's honestly, you can play that game sitting down too.
You gonna try it in a Roto VR chair?
Would you not? It's
would you?
Made for it. Of course I would.
Okay. Let's see.
Let's see. Bring it on, man. No, I've actually I've heard people actually give it good praise in the Roto VR chair, to be honest with you.
That makes sense. I could see it. Well, the second
I didn't even, and it's funny because I didn't think about it. And in theory, almost any game that you sit down with, you could technically use it with, but I was like, wow, I don't know if I would have just gravitated to that. There's a couple that I'm going to, for sure.
You usually play Underdog sitting? I see why. Now I'm thinking, I understand why you would, because then you're sitting in the cockpit, like how the game is.
Here's the thing, though.
But I play
I typically will play standing, but if you're on like a drum stool that has no sides, or if you look at the way the Roto VR chairs are, they have no arm things, so you have that clearance to do those roundhouses. Because I know I'm swinging for the fences, like real. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, you go. Dude,
it's funny. I'm picturing my hands being all huge too. So I'm throwing them all.
You don't punch realistic in that game.
You can't.
You mump them. You mump them.
Come on.
That's Underdogs.
Mump them. Is that a word?
I don't. That's the only way I can describe how I play that game. I don't know what that means. I visually know what it means, but I couldn't put a definition to mump. Just absolute, just mollywomp them. I
say we start using that in combat games.
Mump them.
You're about to get mumped. You're about to get mumped the fuck up. Mumped? The person will be more offended about the word mumped.
They'll just be confused. Like, what are these guys trying to say to me? Is that a regional term?
I'm going into Rec Room. I'm just going to start saying it every 10 minutes. Mumped. Mumped. Yeah, that guy got mumped. And within a week, it'll be viral.
To Google that word after this and be like, oh, dude, we got to cut that whole 5 minutes.
Don't even joke. How would you even spell it?
I don't know. MUMPH. That's how I would. If I was gonna like annotate that in like a sound effect, a month.
A mump. Ooh. Oh no. You have me paranoid right now.
There's some 10% of the population right now fucking foaming at the mouth.
Like it's the most racist term ever made. Offends every person on the planet.
That's funny.
Once.
No. I'm pretty sure that just means like to mollywomp someone. You could just mumph.
It's in the Urban Dictionary.
What does Urban Dictionary say? That's not good. That's not a good sign.
I mean, take it with a grain of salt, right? No way. All right. Mumph. Used to express reluctance or disinterest in carrying out an activity that is undesired. Honey, could you please take out the trash? Mumph. So that was one, right? Dope, wasted friend was the three. Yo, you see that kid? He was all mumphed up. So, yes, the term mumphed and mumph is a thing.
Okay.
That sucks. I thought it was like a new thing. I like the way you use it.
No. It isn't. It is now. I mump people up in Underdogs. That's funny.
No, but that's awesome that they got it. You don't have a list price on that, do you? I'm just curious if it carries the same price for.
Yeah, I'll find one in a second.
And because I know that this is the year we're supposed to get PSVR 2, I need to now start paying attention to what these games actually cost on PSVR.
$29.99.
Oh, so it's the same, right?
Let me confirm that. I do believe so.
Dude,
put me on the spot, man.
Game, right?
Oh, you know what's messed up? I'm gonna have to open up an incognito.
Oh no, don't even bother. It's all good. I just can't remember what
it is. $29.99 on the MetaQuest, but on sale for $19.99 right now,
which is a steal.
$19.99 for Underdogs is 100% a steal. That's crazy.
Sales are good, but they
sometimes they devalue. You go, oh, I could grab it. I saw it on sale for $19. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I don't want to say that because I admittingly, look at Steam sales.
Mm-hmm.
I'll use Steam as the biggest example. And then with the next Xbox running off of Steam, right? Or being able to run Steam, those sales, think of that.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, dude, just scrolling on your TV, just swooping up game after game. This is going to be a real problem for a lot of people. Anywho. Okay. Well, congratulations to them as they continue to crush it. You think we're going to get multiplayer someday?
I hope so. We got to get Dave back on and pry at him more about that. I also want to get another Dungeons of Eternity soon, but off-air conversations. We got to get through the showcase first.
Yeah. It's a struggle, man. I'm trying to focus. All right. So, allegedly, I'll say allegedly because there's been a lot of it's coming and it's not. Underdog Boxing, speaking of. But May 22nd, Rebellion, in a partnership with a group called Extended Realities.
Which was not the case before this news article. Up until now, it was XR Games was making this game.
Wow. But dude, imagine if this was last week. We'd be doing a retraction. Right? Like, oops. Because that happened 2 weeks ago. But anyways, coming to PlayStation VR2, Quest, and PC VR headsets. I'm excited for this one. Zombie Army. May 22nd. Yeah.
I mean, I
don't necessarily know if we need another zombie game, would be like the grumbling I would hear. But it's going to support B haptics.
Yeah.
on PlayStation VR 2 and Quest and PC VR.
It didn't get the best reception at Gamescom, but we didn't get a chance to try it ourselves personally, so I can't comment there. But let's see. Just the initial things coming out of Gamescom were not the most positive. Let's see now though.
No,
it's got a new developer. It was XR Games, now whoever the hell Extended Realities is.
I mean, they just said that there were some issues noted a year ago when the game was tried. A year's a long time, though. Think of that in like an aggressive studio. That's half a game.
And a studio switch.
Yeah.
XR Games, though, apparently still lists this game on their website, though, but that could just be outdated.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
They're not listed as the developer on the store page, so
I'm banking on that. These issues are. I mean, I hope so.
Otherwise, can I be honest with you? It's a zombie shooter. Like,
yeah, I know.
You shouldn't fuck it up. It's like literally you just have to like make good, fun kill animations and fun weapons to use, and you move forward and go through zombies. Like, I'm not going to say it's an incredibly simple game either, but like, you get what I'm saying? It's not like they need a deep story.
No, but it has to be good. It has to be. I mean, I look at it like this too. You now have a multitude of zombie games.
Well, you
There's
have
no
the gold
shortage.
Standard, Arizona
Any
Sunshine.
direction you want to go. Well, that's a zombie story, sir. That is a story.
I think that. do you hold that in a category of its own?
As I do Underdogs with being a roguelite. Yeah.
That's not your typical zombie shooter, Arizona Sunshine, just because of how good the story is?
No. It's, I mean, let's be honest.
Well, the voice acting in it and everything.
And then you look at like The Walking Dead, where you get a lot of crafting and stuff like that. So one would argue that's not your typical, zombies coming at you, killing them. Hell yeah. But there's a lot. So we're reaching a point where you're not going to get away with the things that have been proven to work. I just don't know what more you can do. I don't like running zombies. I hate sprinting zombies. I don't like, you want to hear something even weirder is like, sometimes I don't like zombies that can't be real. Like, I'll forgive the fact that there's zombies.
Are you talking about like if it's like monstrously sized or something?
Oh, you give them like witchcraft powers or something, jetpacks, and it's like, come on, let's call it. I mean, if it's gonna be a zombie, like, please,
how'd that motherfucker know to put on as a jetpack?
Yeah, knows how to fly.
Mm-hmm.
Come on,
knows how to
didn't just go up and down. Yeah.
Do you know how complex flying a plane is?
So sometimes the zombies just, I don't think they're really zombies. They're something else.
Mm-hmm. They have like
I'm old school. Just
nope, I'm with you. And those are the funnest to just hack for too.
Gosh, dude, hell yeah!
So I'm excited for this though. May 22nd.
We need a good zombie tower defense game in VR.
Ooh, yeah, I cannot wait for the next Iron Guard, dude. Let's go.
I'm pretty excited.
That's the best tower defense game in VR, in my opinion.
Dude, I was hooked on that for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
Crushed it on some of the leaderboards. I'm sure I'm buried.
We got to pop in and see how that is actually. How your leaderboard.
Yeah.
Imagine if you're still on there.
If I could see that far, I'm sure I still am. I went in there, I don't know, within the past 3 months. And I can't remember why. I think it was just I wanted to do some of the endless runs. Because you can do endless mode. I'm almost positive that's what it was. But anywho.
Well,
Zombie Army coming in May.
This next one's cool too, because who doesn't love zombies? Who doesn't love Star Wars? We got
got a lot of talk, huh?
We got a new Star Wars game coming to the Quest, the 3 and the 3S. It's going to be a mixed reality game. It's funny, the MetaQuest blog didn't mention this, but the Star Wars website states it, that it's going to put you in the world of pod racing like never before. You're going to meet up-and-comer Volo Bolus, who joins forces with legendary pod racer pilot Sebulba. So stay tuned for more info on that. I mean, I don't think that there was much info like a release date's currently unconfirmed. Obviously, that means a price is unconfirmed as well, too. But further details will be shared at the Star Wars Celebration 2025 in Japan between April 18th and April 20th, 2025. So it promises a debut look at the new game. Demo versions of Vader Immortal and Tales from the Galaxy's Edge will also be available at that convention. So getting a nice little roster, as you can see with those three.
In Japan too, huh?
Good little roster of Star Wars games we have these days. Vader Immortal still holds up. Tales from the Galaxy's Edge is good, but you need the DLC. The DLC is the rest of the story, but it's a good game still. And now, pod racing. Dude, do you think it's going to be multiplayer? Is that too much to ask for? I think so. I think it's going to be a single player story experience.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Yeah. But pod racing's fun, dude. I'm excited.
Yeah. I won't lie. I heard Japan and I was like, I'll go.
Mixed reality pod racing. That's going to be interesting. You know what I mean? You almost feel like pod racing would work better in like a fully immersive VR environment, right?
Yeah.
Unless it alternates between mixed reality and VR, and like there's just like mixed reality cutscenes that go to a VR.
Or maybe there's some shit in your mixed reality stuff you have to do, and then you go back into the
virtual pod environment.
I'm excited though.
Yeah, dude, Star Wars. Sell me on anything Star Wars. I want
that's usually
Dungeons
the way
of
it goes.
Eternity style game with Star Wars. I just want to kick ass as a Jedi with you. Level up, get some unlocks. It's like the dream game. They're sitting on a gold mine of possibility and opportunity right there.
I have actually been wondering if we'll see a point with Dungeons of Eternity. Will there
be mods?
Allow modding?
If they allow mods, we have Star Wars.
And we're gonna have everything. You're gonna have Harry Potter,
Spider-Man.
Just name it. People are gonna go ape shit crazy.
Isn't the engine perfect for whatever? Like
that's kind of what I'm thinking. It's like, and at that point,
you just reskin it.
Probably just walk away and keep the game running. The community will take over that.
The gameplay's there. Imagine freaking force lightning with your hand. Boom! Like that's one of the weapons on your left hand is like force lightning. So you just like grab this orb, and then when you do it, it does lightning or whatever force power. That would be a way that you could do force powers.
They have given you the staff.
Yep, dude.
Just know, like,
imagine force choke
laser like device.
Dude. All right. We're fantasizing now though. Anyway. Later this year.
We're asking people like, hey, it'd be great if they spliced up their game and just let people mod it.
Next. Stay tuned for more information later this year on the next Star Wars game coming to VR, Star Wars Beyond Victory.
Yeah, I cannot wait.
Dun, dun.
But like you said, anything
Sold.
Star Wars. So a game that had launched earlier this month, I'll just jump right in it so we don't keep going because Star Wars is a topic we can keep going on. Path of Fury, one that you and I wanted to try. Shamefully, and I guess even worse, is episode 1 is only $10. Tetsu's Tower. But regardless of that, it now supports B-haptics on Quest.
Ooh, that's cool.
Full B-haptic support too. That would include vest, arms, and visor devices. I'm curious about that visor device. Does it like punch you in the eyeball? Like if you got finger poked playing it with like a karate game.
Dude, hold on. My eye.
Right? Would it like poke you in the eye? Like a mixed martial arts game and the guy didn't have his gloves closed. I think when it's supposed to be virtual, right? You're not supposed to feel pain in these. But that one has me curious.
I heard the new areola haptics are great.
Areola. Nipple pinchy. That would tie in with probably like 2/3 of Steam's current catalog. I'm scared to know what. Dude, there's probably some dark web haptics we don't even know about. You know, like. Like, we're better off.
We haven't even gone down. Yeah, Anywho, though,
I hear the words runs on USB. I might be down. You know,
right. The Path of Fury now has
discreet
haptic support.
marketing.
That's what. That's what the story was, right?
And I think yes, the full haptic support.
Well, when you said full
haptics,
haptic support, that's why my brain went to it. I was like, "What's full?" You know? Oh, the aerial sensor. You know? Holy shit! They don't sell that. That's a joke.
Dude, I don't. Most of those haptics things are pretty aggressive. I don't. You know, I'm happy with where they're located. That's why I asked, like, you know, if I had some funny shit to say about the visor. But
all right. Anyway, so
$10 though for Path of Fury Episode 1, Tetsu's Tower.
So the next, hopefully, gem from the publishing wing of Fast Travel game, made by a developer, Locomotion, Elements Divided. It's an upcoming new VR multiplayer action game inspired by Avatar, the Last Airbender, not the connecting to trees people, like the TV show Avatar. Great,
or the thing you make in like
every
program in the world,
like Avatar: The Last Airbender. That was I didn't really watch the spin-offs too much, but I watched the original when it came out, and it was, cool concept. There's 4 kind of elements to bend with. There was earth bending, water bending, fire bending, and air bending. And when you watch the trailer of this, there's very clearly earth bending, wind bending. I mean, earth, air, fire, and water. I can't name all 4 of the elements 2 times in a row, I guess. But this is going to feature solo modes and solo modes with AI opponents and online combat against other players, as well as, check this, co-op horde mode, survival style.
Okay,
let's go.
I'm down.
Mm-hmm.
Has the word co-op and survival and horde. I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, it looks really fun. And think of it, if there's co-op, it could be like, dude, you be fire, I be air. Imagine if I could blow air, then you blow fire into it, and it freaking makes like a fire typhoon. Yeah. That's where my brain goes. So,
you know what though? Sometimes I get like that. You've seen the Wonder Twins in your life, right? The superheroes, the Wonder Twins, like form of a bucket of water.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Form of an eagle.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the
I know
worst
it more from getting memed on by TV shows.
Oh, dude, it was like, that's not a superpower. That's a nuisance.
Mm-hmm. You think Aquaman's
form of a
bad.
puddle, and you need your damn brother or sister to make it happen. That's even crazy. Aquaman, yeah. Aquaman swims in fish poop. That's terrible. All right, so I digress. We can't be trusted with remote episodes.
Can I say one last thing? So you use your elements with gesture-based movements. So does that mean I'm going to be able to like take the earth up like this and be like, blah? You know what I mean? I'm going to have too much fun with this, dude.
I think the hand gesture you did was great, but I don't think they're going to do that.
Little
juice.
Yeah.
Have some. Got a shaker weight.
Mm-hmm.
I am water.
That's going to be the next Arcaxer workout. It's going to have a shake weight attachment. All right, move on. Next subject. We're going bad.
Yeah, already.
Dude, yeah, we got to get through the rest of these.
All right, try to focus. I'll just say it. We can't. We can't be trusted. All right. So on the delay news, Train Sim World VR New York has been delayed. Originally slated for March 27th, it's been delayed for unforeseen technical issues. But oddly, it's listed as coming out March 31st. So whatever it is that's delaying it, seems it can be resolved in 4 days or less.
So it's going to be out the same day as this episode drops. Look at that.
Oh, no shit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this will be in. I'm scared now. So it's entirely possible that even though it's supposed to come out today, it might not, because it seems like a very short window 27 is 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
I was honestly thinking like, oh, I wouldn't be surprised if this went into like the first or second week of April. Just from other delays that we've seen with, Wanderer and Underdog boxing.
Let's see, man.
Or are they calling it Pop One Knuckles now?
All right. So as always, we've hit the point in the show where we give a nice little on-air shout out to our Patreon members on our on-air shout out tier. So thank you as always to Asim, Amelia, Carson, Earth Witness, Aspire Mike, Jake, Crispy, and Shoes. Thank you all for your continued support. And you can also join that list by visiting the link in our show notes or episode description. We can also find a link for our Discord server full of awesome VR community members, Ruff Talk VR listeners, great VR discussion, game meetups, events, movie discussion, book discussion, racing discussion, you name it. There's probably discussion there, food discussion, pet pictures, all the fun stuff. So you can join our Patreon, join our Discord by visiting the link in our show notes. And also don't forget, subscribe, rate us 5 stars, all that fun stuff. So this next one, Gorilla Tag introduced a new proactive voice moderation system. It uses a new service to kind of do some sort of live monitoring of what's coming out of people's mouth. I don't really know the way it works when it says proactive voice moderation tools. Like, I don't know if it uses hot words or something like that. Like if it hears it auto does something, but that's always been the one complaint about these type of not one of the main complaints about these free to play games full of kids. You go in and, the things that are said rival Rust, the language, the flavors in them. So
no, it's where Rust players go to learn new words.
That's where the Rust players' kids go and play, and go and hang out and learn. In 10 years, it'll be in Rust. But anyway,
it'd be funny if it was it would be funny if it was a frequency-based algorithm, and it really wasn't about the words. It was just the pitches where it knows after like listening to a million
hell out of this room.
That particular frequency is troublemaker.
It passes a certain noise level, like you yell. It's like 10-minute ban. In timeout.
I told you the other day I went into Gorilla Tag for the first time in my life. Didn't do anything. Just wanted to go in because I didn't know what it would be like loading in. I figured it was going to be like a Rec Room experience and it was not. But I'm actually going to give it a shot. And now that I know that there's some in-place moderation. And it was funny? I was kind of like, what happens if I'm actually good at it? Is that a good thing?
Ends up being your favorite game?
No. I'd hope that you'd like say something, maybe smack me around a little or something. Be like, yo, there's other games we can play.
So Gorilla Tag has added new voice moderation. Let's see how this goes. The AI overlords will keep it safe.
The AI overlords. Well, let's see it's going to transition in other games, right? If a program works really good. All right, so a game that's actually out now on Steam called Hard Bullet. I won't tell any jokes. I just have too much fun. It's actually coming. It's slated to come. No hard lock date. Just says spring of 2025. But this is a game that got its inspiration from like classic Hong Kong action movies. I have played games kind of like this, obviously never in VR. So it's cool because you're gonna have ragdoll enemies. So I'm kind of picturing already that some pretty good fights. You're going to be able to use environmentals. Of course, you get guns. It came out in PC VR in around 2020, and no way in hell was it ever going to run on the current headsets. So seeing this isn't the first one I've seen with a similar backstory of like, oh, it came out on PC VR years ago, but there was no way you could run it on a standalone. And now we're seeing some of these titles actually come to standalone. And if you look at this one with the data 2020, so that's 5 years behind. Not the worst.
Mm-hmm. Who knows what might be coming in the next year or two?
No, I'm pretty excited to try this one, but spring 2025, we'll see.
Ooh,
and that's from Gexagon VR. Cool name.
So I'm guessing no release price, no exact date, but in the meantime, we have some hype.
No, but if you have PC VR, you can get it on Steam.
Mm-hmm. That might be the smart way to do it for a hyped game like that, because now they get the news story when it's announced, and then they'll be able to announce their release date, and then then the full actual release. I should have checked the Steam ratings. Oh, I've heard people saying good things, so I imagine it'll be good.
Yeah, and that style of game usually goes over well, so we'll see.
Mm-hmm. So we talked earlier about a PSVR 2 port, another one, Into Black, which we mistakenly called Into the Black during our award show, just because, small little oversight of autocorrect slipped by, and that's what happens. But Into Black from developer Binary Mill. And what's worse is they were the winner too, so ultra embarrassing. But Into Black, they detailed for their upcoming PSVR 2 port, it's going to bring a quote unquote full visual overhaul compared to the previous version.
Okay, full visual.
Yep. So the PSVR 2 version is going to have apparently, but sounds like you say visual overhaul, that better be visual enhancements, right? You don't want to see a visual overhaul and it's worse. So I imagine it's going to be a lot better.
It was all back end visuals. The light was just giving me a piercing headache.
It was so much better the way it was before. Like, what's going on, But that's interesting. That's funny.
Oh, shit. That's funny.
Mm-hmm. I don't think there's any release date yet on the PSVR 2 version. Yeah, there's no set date, but you can wishlist it now on the PSVR 2 store.
Okay. A game that I can confidently say currently will not come to Quest headsets, but we got.
Let's see another 5 years.
Oh yeah, no problem. I don't even think then. Maybe 2. But Bootstrap Island got a pretty good update. They've now it needs worse shit, right, to make it more difficult. But they added a weather system and some new creatures to probably torment and make your life a little difficult, or maybe so you can eat. But you got warthogs to deal with now.
We were watching the trailer of the new weather update too, and it looked intense.
Yeah, dude, you got some really nasty heavy winds, and they got erratic lightning bolts.
I like that word for it, erratic.
Yeah, increase the risk of serious injury. Yeah, I'd say.
So does that mean that you might get electrocuted with the lightning?
Yeah, 100%.
Bootstrap Island, baby.
They've also added an update to introduce palm leaves for roof construction.
Wow.
Critters in the form of lizards and frogs that can be captured and eaten.
Wow.
And you can make a nice feast out of the warthog, which seemed obvious just on the warthog being there. You're going to eat that thing.
Wow.
But pigs attack. So, dude, the game is good.
It's really
the graphics are great. The water, what they've done with the water is just awesome looking.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's a great
hard.
Game.
Yeah, it's not an easy game at all. But you like survival games? It ain't gonna. Oh, dude! I remember the build we got to try too was kind of like
little hold your hand.
Yeah, there was everything you needed was on the beach already, and I forgot that when I got home and was like, "Oh, I can't wait to play this." And I'm like, "Wait a minute." There's nothing. There's barely anything in his chest, where's so much stuff I can't carry, Yeah, dude, where's my max weapons? So it gave me the fear. Yeah.
Speaking of survival games too, we've been having a blast with the Green Hell VR co-op in it.
Mm-hmm.
And we've actually been doing the story mode, but mainly doing it kind of survival style. That's a damn good co-op survival one. And their developer Incuvo, there was that story that came out the other week that their parent company, People Can Fly, they were saying that they're kind of ending VR support on future projects. But Incuvo came out, who are owned by them, and clarified that they're going to very much continue to support Green Hell VR and be involved in VR. So that was a good clarification. So it's cool to see this game continue to get support. Skydance's Behemoth adds a new game mode plus in their third major content update. It's not really a game that I thought would get content updates. You kind of look at these like huge story-based games and you think that they're kind of one and done with content, but then we saw like Batman Arkham Shadow get a whole bunch of updates non-stop. And now Skydance's Behemoth is joining that club. I'm sorry for laughing as well too. We had a little off-air edit I had to make. I got a little giggly and I've not yet recovered.
It was hysterical.
The new game plus mode, it carries over all of your previously unlocked abilities, hero weapons, collectibles, and health and stamina improvements into a new playthrough. Skydance said it was one of the most requested features from the community. So it's great to see them be able to bring that, listening to what people want.
Dude, I mean, like you said, updating a game that, with the exception of like bug fixes, probably doesn't need much more, right?
Mm-hmm. Now giving you a whole reason to go back in and start fresh again. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like that. And I've been digging the fact that they've been upgrading Batman so much as well. That's pretty cool. All right, so in the world of bad parenting, we have the Obsessive Shadow. We've spoken about this game before. It's very scary.
Why'd you say bad parenting?
Well, because you actually play as a 9-year-old boy who's left home alone.
Okay.
All right, you're alone in your home.
Okay.
It ain't like mom taking a nap. And all you have is a fucking flashlight because you're like a little kid. So what are you really gonna do? And there's like really scary shit going on. But it is full release on Quest, and next month, let me just confirm I'm not going crazy. Yeah, next month it's going to PSVR and PSVR 2. So
this was the one that's going to the original PSVR as well.
Oh yeah, they just want to scare the shit out of everyone.
More people.
So when I say you're a bad parent, it's like it's developed by Aussie Games Technologies.
Mm-hmm. They were actually in our first year's Ruff Talk VR gaming showcase.
Dude, it's a horror game.
Mm-hmm.
Horror, scary. The horror. Even like. Yeah, you're not a good parent. Don't leave your 9-year-old home alone. I don't think any states like really condone that. Here's a flashlight. You'll be fine.
I'll play that one when you are here on a Sunday to record and it's daytime and it's bright and sunny in July,
Right? Oh, yeah. It's like August, hot and
sweaty. You even told me that
that
one's intense. So,
yeah.
I think you went in and you were like, oh, shit, that one's no joke.
Uh-huh. Yo, no, they do a good job at what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
this
full steam ahead, literally.
This next one's unfortunate news, but the developer of Myst, Cian, they announced that they have laid off half their studio while they're seeking financing for their next project. I mean, Myst is a huge game, also the makers of Riven.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised to see that. I saw some people speculating and kind of saying, half joking, like Samson from Let's Talk Oculus, fellow VR podcaster, he was like, I wouldn't be surprised to hear that Walkabout Mini Golf made more off their Myst course than they did off of their VR version of Myst. I'm like, dude, Walkabout has such a big audience. That's actually possible, but that's always unfortunate. Half the studio gone, they're still going to try to continue to make their projects and not let it affect things that are already in the works, but that's always unfortunate news.
Yeah, you never want to see, can't even tell a joke.
Mm-hmm.
Which that should have been like, maybe if that was the first one, that would have really humbled us out for the remainders.
Mm-hmm.
Like the very like, oh man, why you got to bring me down? No, it seems like every week there's
one or two.
Yeah,
seems like it's probably going to be for the majority of the year like that.
Yeah, big readjustment.
But we're also seeing new players enter the market as well, too.
Always will.
This endless
that
cycle.
Constant, yeah.
I still think the industry is growing overall net positive. It's just that there's been some setbacks.
It can't be a true ecosystem if there
only the top dogs ever survive and nobody else comes in. Yeah, it needs to be ever flowing.
You have to have the Apex ones, and you have to, I mean, just like the real deal. So, all right. So I think we talked about this last week. Onward's getting a big fat update. Well,
I think we did. I feel like we talked about it being announced, but now I think this is it being live.
So I feel like it was last week, but maybe it was even longer. Watch, it was like 3 months ago. But
it was 2024.
Update 2.0 is officially out now, and they updated everything. Weapons, equipments, visuals, textures, sounds, everything from guns to drones and even smoke grenades is what they said. So, yeah, it's
even
a full
lions and tigers and bears.
Oh my. So definitely go check out Onward. Speaking of like games getting continuous updates, this game came out in 2016, dude.
Meta owned.
Yeah. And I guess that's also kind of cool because some people say Meta is not, putting money into VR games still. And it's like, well, they clearly have.
A 2.0 update is huge to go from 1.0 to 2.0.
Well, and it's a full remake of everything going on in there other than gameplay. Yeah.
That's what you should see in a 2.0 or something, You say 2.0 and its functions, everything looks exactly the same. I'm disappointed, Any hoots, though. So this is a cool one. Quest's operating system could, I like the word could in the headline, could soon allow you to share 2D windows with others. This comes from data miner Luna, who I've referenced before. Does a great job.
Yeah, real good job.
Does a great job going through the code and seeing references to stuff, which would, let you share your web browser with another Quest visitor or Quest user visiting your home. So imagine, instead of going into a program like Big Screen, I could just have you join my party and we watch it from Google Drive.
That would be easier.
I mean, this is a feature that should this is. I don't like to be like, this should be in here anyway, so I'm not going to be excited. Like I'm freaking excited for it. And it's one of those like things of like the operating systems growing and getting to the point it really should be at. I mean, this is a great feature. You'd be able to watch YouTube videos together. Fight Pass, ESPN,
pay-per-views.
Yeah, just saying. Dude, this type of stuff is like the next stage of Meta's operating system. It's like it's growing up is the good term to use for it. So I'm excited for that one. Yeah. Again, it's could. There's reference to it in code. That's the source.
Yeah, why would it say? I trust the source of the source as well. Pretty.
If Luna's saying it, it's coming.
That's what I'm saying. Like pretty certain people say shit. It's like, it's probably true. I'll put sadly it's Dadley on that list as well. Dude, it's cool to see again. I'm gonna actually close mine out with this one. Another one coming to PSVR 2. This has been like almost an entire news episode of almost everything coming to PSVR 2. But this is another old game, RPG called Resist. Came out in 2021, dude. I've never played it, but you gotta assume it's damn good if it's coming out now.
Oh, it's made by the same developers as Into Black. The Binary Mill. That's cool.
So April 10th.
It's out now on Quest. I'm curious what the store rating is.
And of course,
Quest. Let's see. Yes, and Steam. Right. It's $19.99 on MetaQuest with 1.2K ratings and a 4.6 overall. Damn, I gotta check this one out. Single user, but it doesn't look bad.
It's got very positive reviews on Steam.
Nice.
At $19.99.
Wow. Another good one for the PSVR 2 audience. Their stores is getting better and better.
Yeah, but again, a game that, it's not like they had to reinvent the wheel. They just had to make it run on current technology and look good. Interesting. So it seems we're within like the 3 to 5 year behind range.
So my last one quick before we go into the upcoming VR games. I like this one. MetaQuest Horizon OS version 76 public test channel, which the public test channel is something you can opt into to kind of get the next update while everyone else has the current one. So like while everybody's on version 75, you'll be on 76. 76 lets you use your Meta avatar as a virtual webcam in video calling apps. So you could call into like Google Meets or like how we're doing remote right here. And you could be your Meta avatar instead of your webcam. I mean, I think that's cool.
I like the idea of being able to have an avatar instead of not that I wouldn't be me, but there's times where it would be fitting.
Wow. And then there will be a new selfie cam settings tab in the settings, which let you control the background image and field of view of your personal shot. Cool stuff.
Okay. Now you had me at avatar.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one. All right. So now to wrap this baby up, because it is late. We got an early day tomorrow. Like I said, in-person interview. I'm excited for that. Let's go into our upcoming VR games through the month of April. Do you want to do the first ones and I'll do these bottom ones that are highlighted?
Yeah, man. All right.
There is a note on one of yours that you'll hit.
Okay. Yes, I see that. All right. So Pinball FX VR, April 3rd on Quest. Wanderer, The Fragments of Fate, April 3rd, PSVR 2 and Quest. We hope.
Please.
And I don't say that like being mean. Beatable, April 10th on Quest. Resist, just spoke about it. April 10th, PSVR 2. Enjoy. Lush Foil Photography Sim, April 15th, PCVR. And this has a disclaimer to come attached to it that while VR support was previously listed, that's no longer mentioned on the Steam page. So no one really knows. Elements Divided, April 23rd. That's awesome. PCVR and Quest. Ghost Town, spooky. April 24th. Quest. Don't really know if it's spooky. I haven't played it. And Secret of Antares, April 29th. PCVR.
Nice. So then I got Levity Race coming April 30th to PCVR. Alex and the Jets coming April 2025 to Quest 3. Poly Ego coming April 2025 to PSVR and Pico. Silent North. You know what's interesting? Poly Ego just says PSVR, doesn't say PSVR 2. Interesting. Then Silent North coming April 2025, sometime this month. April, sometime in April, to PCVR and Quest. The Obsessive Shadow coming April 2025 to PSVR and PSVR 2. Under the Pillow, no jokes, we've made it. We're pretty far in. Coming out April 2025 to Quest and Steam.
Bite the what?
Vertigo 2. Vertigo 2 Into the Ether. Coming April 2025 to PC VR. Well, that's a wrap, folks. Stay tuned. 2025 Ruff Talk VR Gaming Showcase. This Friday, April 4th, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Maybe we have a little in-person developer interview dropping before then, but, well, can't help ourselves. We love a good interview. What can we do? Stay tuned. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscribe on every podcast platform you listen on as well, too. But our showcase is going to be on our YouTube channel, so you can subscribe there. You can also visit rufftalkvr.com/showcase, where you'll find a list of all of our sponsors as well as the showcase there when it goes live. So whatever tickles your fancy, you want to watch it directly on the YouTube page, or you want to watch it on our website, go ahead. But I recommend the YouTube because there's going to be a live chat, and you never know who's going to pop in there. So stay tuned, and don't forget to check out what time 1 p.m. Eastern Time is in your homeland time, because unless you're on the East Coast, United States, it probably ain't going to be 1 p.m. Eastern Time, you know? Just saying. All right. I'm getting silly. Anything you want to say in closing before I ramble on? Finish this baby up?
No, that was a rough one, man. Hard to stay focused. No, I'm excited.
We do our best.
But
all right.
We'll see what happens Friday.
Stay tuned this Friday, April 4th, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Until then, stay safe, stay cool, stay fresh, and we will see you then. Ciao, ciao.